Yes, dear friends, don't skip this video. This is very important for the real serious students of the English language. And I think that you are a serious student. So you want to learn the nitty-gritty of the English grammar. We are going to learn some grammatical tips, some rules of the English grammar so that we can make sentences very correctly. Okay? So do you get confused when it comes to using the right preposition? Some of my students often get confused, I have seen, and they do not understand whether they should use to or at after a certain word. But I shall try to iron out any possibility of confusion regarding prepositions today, I assure you, my dear friends. So please be attentive. All right, look at this whiteboard. There are some rules here, and the rules are explained as well. Explained in a very simple language so that you can understand. Number one, some verb can be followed by at or to with a difference in meaning. That's right. After a certain verb, if you use to, it means something. And if you change that preposition and use at, it will mean something completely different. That means the use of prepositions can bring about a world of change, whole world of change in the meaning of a sentence. So it depends on your intention, what you intend to mean. For example, the word shout. Let's take the word shout for example. Shout is followed either by at or by to. But will they mean the same? Of course not. There is a huge difference between shout at and shout to. So what is the meaning of shout at? When you shout at somebody, it indicates you are angry. When I'm angry, when you are angry, then we shout at somebody. We do not shout to somebody, okay? For example, the teacher got very angry with the student and shouted at him. Shouted at him. So when you are using the preposition at after shout, you obviously intend to express your anger. And for that reason only, you are using the preposition at after shout. Let us see the example sentence. He got very angry and started shouting at me. He got very angry and started shouting at me. So when you are angry with somebody and very angrily saying something, what you do, you shout at that person. Remember that. So from now on, when you use this preposition at after shout, be a little careful. You are required to exercise a certain amount of caution. Now see, shout to. If the preposition is changed, if after shout, you do not use the preposition at, but you use the preposition to. What will the sentence mean? Shout to somebody. Why do you shout to somebody? So that they can hear you. So that they can hear you. All right? So here on this occasion, let me just teach you a modern tip. That is, here you see somebody. Somebody is generally a singular one. Singular, not plural. But it is followed by the pronoun they. Why? In Old English, say earlier, when there was no feminist movement, then we did not generally use they, the pronoun they after somebody, but we used we used always he or she or even he only. But nowadays, somebody does not specify the gender of the person. And for that reason only, it is followed by they. Earlier in our childhood, we learned that if somebody was followed by they, it was an incorrect use. But nowadays, it is the correct use. Why? Because somebody, this word, does not define the sex of the person. For that reason, it is safe to use they. You may also use a he or she, but the sentence will hear a little strange. If repeatedly you have to use he or she, it will be difficult for you to use, and also it will hear odd. That's why it is better for us to use the pronoun they after somebody. Well, let's come back to our today's lesson. Shout to somebody. That means you are shouting to somebody so that they can hear you. They can hear you. For example, my brother shouted to me from the rooftop. He is on the rooftop. I'm downstairs on the ground floor, so there is some distance. If he does not shout to me, it's difficult for me to hear what he is saying. And for that reason, he shouts to me, not at me. If he shouts at me, I must think that my brother is somehow angry. And if he shouts to me, I shall understand the intention of my brother. My brother is not angry, but is shouting so that I can hear him. Let's look at the example sentence. He shouted to me from the other side of the street. I'm walking down the street. And it's a busy street, of course. There are vehicles there, there are people there. And on the other side, there is my friend. My friend shouted to me in order to draw my attention, because I had not seen him. So I was going by. And he shouted to me from the other side of the street. That's called shout to. Alright, remember this preposition. If you use shout at, the people will think that you are angry with them, and if you shout to, people will understand your intention. You are shouting in order that they can hear you. Alright, move on to the next rule. Next rule is this, not next rule, rather. There is a word, next word. There is throw, T-H-R-O-W, throw. This word throw is also followed either by to or by at, with a complete difference in the meaning. If you throw something at somebody and if you throw something to somebody, the phrases will not mean the same. Now let us see what throw at means. Throw something at somebody or something in order to hit them. H-I-T, hit. Yes, I'm intending to hit a particular person with something, so I'm throwing a certain thing at him or her. The naughty child threw a stone at the dog. Not to the dog, at the dog. Why? Because the naughty child intends to injure the dog, he intends to hit the dog. And for that reason only, he throws a stone at the dog. Let's see the example sentence here. Somebody threw an egg at the minister while he was on the stage. The minister is speaking from the stage, from the podium. In the auditorium, there are people. Now, a certain person, a certain viewer, suddenly gets angry, maybe at something he has said, something the minister has said. And what he does, he throws an egg at the minister, or he throws a shoe at the minister, which is unethical, of course, immoral. So I'm not encouraging people to do that, but simply I'm using these example sentences in order that you can understand what throw at means. All right? So you say somebody's performance you don't like, and the performance is so bad that you think that it has been a waste of sheer waste of money, and for that reason only you throw a shoe at that particular performer. Don't do that. Never. All right. So throw something to. Next one is throw something to somebody. When you throw something to somebody, what does it mean? Do you intend to hit that person? No, of course not. But you throw something to somebody for somebody to catch, as the players do, cricket players, cricketers. What do? Say the wicketkeeper threw the ball to the fielder at the gully. So why? So that the fielder at the gully can catch the ball. So he throws the ball to the fielder at the gully. But when a fielder throws a ball at the stumps, his desire or his intention is to hit the stumps with the ball. Say some batsmen are picking up singles. The fielder very quickly picks up the ball and throws the ball at the stumps, not to the stumps. And if he throws the ball in order that some other fielder can catch the ball, then he will throw that ball to another fielder. This is the difference. Let us see the example sentence here. Dinky shouted catch and threw the keys to me from the window. Dinky is the name of a girl. I'm downstairs and she is upstairs inside the room. The gate is locked. I have to access the house. How will I? I call Dinky and tell her to give me the keys. What she does, she throws the bunch of keys to me so that I can catch the bunch. She does not throw the bunch of keys at me because she does not intend to hit me, but she wants me to catch the keys. For that reason, she throws the bunch of keys to me. So when you want somebody to catch something, throw the ball or throw anything for that matter to that person. Do not use the preposition at there. Then the listeners will think that you are trying to hit that person with that object. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next one, you see, care about somebody or something. Care may be followed by about or for, for. Either use the preposition about or for. But remember, the meanings will not be the same. Care for means something, whereas care about means something else. Again, on a certain occasion you will see you are required to use the word care without any preposition. When will you have to use care without any prepositions? When care is followed by a WH clause. We will discuss that shortly. That's there. Now let's know what care about means. Care about somebody or something. That means think that somebody or something is important. When you think that somebody is very important or something is very important, then you care about that person or you care about that thing. Because you think that the person is very important or that particular object, that article is very important. So you care about. On Facebook, sometimes you will see there is the notification, your memory, say something you posted last year, and this year you get the notification, we care about you. We care about you. I mean, we think that you are important. That's why we are reminding you of your memory last year. So you may share that if you like. If you don't like, you may ignore simply. All right. So see, let's see the example sentence. He is very selfish. He does not care about other people. A selfish man or a self-important person, a person who thinks that only he or she is very important. Others are not. And so what that person does not care about the other people. So he only thinks that he is important while others are not so important. That's why he doesn't care about others. Next, we say care what, where, how, which, when, etc. So the WH clause. WH, you know, what, where, when, how, which. These are all WH words. So when the clause after care starts with a WH word, do not use any preposition for that matter. Forget about care about or care for. Always remember you have to use care plus the WH clause. Let's look at the example sentence. You can do what you like. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. That is, here you see, I don't care what you do. Why? What you do is the WH clause. That's a nominal clause. Okay? So we are not discussing that particular chapter of the English grammar. So it's not necessary for us to know whether this clause is a nominal clause or a relative clause. But simply just remember that when care is followed by what, which, how, when, where, etc., do not use any preposition after care. Next, care for. If you use the preposition for, if you are for after care, it means simply care for somebody or something, which means to like something, usually negative sentence. In negative sentences, it is generally used. Okay? So see, simply care for means to like. Remember that care for, when you use for after care, it simply means like. Let's see the examples in this. I don't care for very hot weather. I don't care for very hot weather. Simply means I don't like very hot weather. I don't care for something. I don't like that thing. I don't care for very hot weather. I don't like. Care for also means, care for, this particular group verb has two shades of meaning. One is to like, another look after, take care of, look after somebody. There is no space here, that's why I have not written the example sentence. I'm telling you the example sentence now so that you can note down in your exercise book. So when care for means to look after, the sentence may be the patient needs somebody to care for him or her. The patient needs somebody to care for him or her. Here care for means to take care of or to look after. A patient generally needs somebody to look after him, and for that reason only we are using the group verb care for in that particular context. I think I have been able to make it as clear as possible, but I don't know whether you have some misconception about something which I have discussed today, or you have failed to understand something, you want that thing to be clarified once again. Please mention in the comment box. I will understand then that you need a little clarification on a certain point here. Don't hesitate to do that, please. I need cooperation from you. Please cooperate with me, okay? The few people who watch this video are requested to give this video a like if you think that this video has been of some use to you. And if you think that no, from this video you have learned nothing, absolutely nothing, I shall never request you to give this video a like. Even if you want, you may give it a dislike. But my dear friends, it is my earnest request to you, if you give this video a dislike, don't forget to mention the reason in the comment box. I shall be ever grateful to you then. Then I shall understand that there is some loophole in my teaching style, and I shall try to change that loophole. I shall try to remove that loophole from my style so that I can present a better video next time. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Without your subscription, it is really very, very tough for me to carry on the thing I'm trying to do. All right? No more. See you again in the next video session. Till then, bye-bye.